If you've been seeing 555 everywhere, this message is for you. And if you haven't been seeing it, you can still stick around and watch and see if it resonates. And then come back and let me know if you start seeing 555 as a confirmation of this reading. Okay? So, so whenever I start seeing 555, first of all, this means like big change, big transformation. You can think tower card, you can think like Moldavite. There's all kinds of different things you can think in terms of 555, but it means change, okay? And for me, also, the red-winged blackbird has come back into my life. Today, specifically, I was hiking with my dog this morning, and I saw so many of these birds, and they were singing like right next to me, like in the tree right next to me. And the only times that this bird comes into my life is when there's like big change about to happen. Like I saw this bird before I sold my house back when I lived in the DC area in Virginia. And then before moving to Texas, I saw a bunch of them. And then years ago too, like right before I ended my marriage and the divorce, I saw a bunch of them. So this bird 111 on the timer, which means to trust your intuition, okay, and new beginnings. So this bird only comes into my life when change is happening. And I was seeing this bird today, and the message came through really clear that this was also for you guys. So I was like, okay, I know when I get back, I need to pull some cards to see what the change is about. So either you've already been seeing change or you're about to start seeing a bunch of change. And what I really wanted to know from Spirit, though, was like, okay, well, what is this change going to be? Like, maybe we don't know exactly. I just saw 143 on the timer also, which is like code for I love you. And so the first two cards we got, Four of Wands, Ace of Swords. Okay. So I just feel this like big celebratory energy coming out for you, right? There's going to be a lot of celebrations. There's going to be a lot of shifts, a lot of changes in a very positive way. And whenever we see the Ace of Swords in a reading, it's like confirmation that this is the truth. So there's going to be a lot of like mental clarity, mental truth, right? That's coming through for you versus being in a space of like confusion and uncertainty and feeling really like ungrounded. To me, this is like you're going to start feeling like you know who you are, you know what the fuck you're doing, like just that clarity coming through. And it's going to bring about joy, right? Like joyful occasions, joyful celebrations, like getting together with friends. And especially as we move into like the end of July, beginning of August. But whenever you're seeing this, it's relevant. But Gemini, until like early September, Mars is moving into Gemini. And Mars in Gemini is very much this like active energy, right? And so it's a lot of pivoting, a lot of switching back and forth, a lot of trying out different things, a lot of socializing, right? Gemini is a very social sign. It's a very outgoing sign. So there might be a lot of like getting together with friends that's going to be happening, just a lot of fun. And then when I asked Spirit to clarify the Four of Wands and the Ace of Swords, the fucking Wheel of Fortune. You're going to have a lot to fucking celebrate. You're going to have a lot to celebrate. And little black cats may be significant. Or like I have a black dog. Black animals. Maybe significant here. But the fucking Wheel of Fortune. And not just that though. Okay. I kept pulling cards. And we had 55. Which are confirmations of the 5-5. Right. There's been a lot of you feeling financially abandoned. But also just emotionally abandoned. The financial abandonment is very interesting. It's very like not understanding why you weren't seeing more financial success despite all that you were doing. But this is a really big confirmation that you're coming out of this time period of like the disappointment of things not going the way that you desire. Like that time period, that cycle is closing. And I'm seeing 10-10 now, which we just really did a big closing cycle with like the Capricorn full moon, and Pluto is in the process still of moving. It's at a 29th degree right now. And so it's really closing out. It's the death and transformation, right? That again is the 5-5-5 energy. It's that Moldavite energy. It's Scorpio energy. All of this is the death card, right? Death and rebirth, transformation. And I also have this card sitting right here from a reading I did yesterday, the Infinite, which is also about fucking closing out cycles. This is the Phoenix rising, right? This is death and the rebirth. The rebirth is the beautiful aspect of the death, right? On the other side of death is rebirth. And for a lot of you, it feels like there was a lot of heartbreak recently. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you had to like have gone through a breakup or a divorce or anything like that recently, but it feels like there were a lot of wounds, like old wounds, a lot, and I'm hearing like childhood wounds as well, and trauma that were just sitting in your heart and in your chest and in your body. And it's like, I'm just feeling this like overwhelming sadness, just like a sadness that you've been holding in your chest for like most of your life. And if you don't resonate with that, then it's like you might not necessarily have even identified this yet. But it feels like you're coming out of this and like you're getting a hold on your mental, again, that mental clarity, and in getting, hold up, someone had the audacity to walk by my door. How dare other people exist? Yeah, so the heart, it's like healing these heart wounds, these old heart wounds, these old betrayals, the old wounds, okay? Like really healing them and coming to a space of mental clarity as a result, right? So it's that head and heart coherence. And keep in mind, the mind is the one that sends out the signals, right? The mind is electric, the heart is magnetic. So it's the heart where we receive. So in order to receive the money, the finances, the success that we desire, we have to heal the heart space, because the heart is where we receive. We can't receive the love that we desire. We can't receive the success and the money and all of these things that we desire. We can't receive that without the heart being open, because the heart is the fucking tool to receive. The heart is the magnet. The mind is the electric. The mind sends out the signals, the frequency of what we desire, but then we have to be open to receive it. And that is the fucking tough part, right? We talk about manifestation and putting things out there. That's kind of the easy part, right? And then it's like doing the work to heal, to integrate the new beingness, the new timeline, the new frequency that is required to be able to magnetically draw the shit into you that you desire, to receive it into your heart space. Also, so that it's not just like fleeting and coming in and out, but you actually get to hold it. It gets to become a part of your being and your essence and your life. So this is a huge confirmation for you, especially if you've been doing like heart healing, or you've been doing trauma healing, you've been looking at your wounds, you've been really like opening up. I'm feeling this like opening in the heart space of like this being willing to love again. Like I know for me, I recently got a dog, right? And that's like, it opened up another layer of like opening up to love, to receive love, to give love, another layer of unconditional love. And it's so different in every relationship and every circumstance. So in order to receive maybe the love that you think that you want, be willing to open up to different kinds of unconditional love. And in doing so, you're going to more so calibrate to the frequency of the love it is that you desire to have. What if you're looking for a relationship, say, or whatever that is for you. Maybe you're someone that like wants a kid, or maybe you want to mend things with your family, or whatever that is for you. The love that you desire to receive, is it already lives inside of you, because you are love. You are in fact love. But opening up these portals and these channels to give and receive, to have that equal give and take of love, is such a beautiful experience. And all of that brings me to, it does feel like you are going to get justice in an area. And this may be related to a Libra, does not have to be, but we have the fucking Knight of Cups. Roses are significant for sure. And then we have the Sun and Moon here, which is the balance of masculine and feminine polarity, right? So this could be a divine partnership type of situation. Just saw 3:11 on the timer, but it feels like there was a person that was like holding back, and you may be this person, let me say that. But it feels like there was a person that was holding back a lot, and that's no longer the case. It's like this person, again, could be you, if you've been doing this healing, is ready to have that open heart space for the give and take. 333 on the timer. Okay, no longer like keeping everything really tight to their chest, no longer holding everything in, no longer like keeping everything inside, but it feels like this readiness and willingness to open up and to expand, okay, to you, right? Like coming forward to you, for you, okay? This is karmic justice. This is, again, balance. balance. It's that equilibrium, the equal give and take. Because it feels like in the past, either you overgave or they overgave. And it was like there was this really big imbalance and you both felt it, and it created a lot of discomfort in this connection. And so, Spirit, is there anything else that you want to share with the collective that is resonating with this 555 energy and the red-winged blackbirds? And I would love if, oh my God, if any of you sees Page of Cups, further confirmation. This is like, there's a conversation coming your way. There's this beauty, oh, it just made my whole heart melt. There's a beautiful conversation coming your way, a very healing conversation after this, like, this energy that was really harsh and felt very cold and very like blocked. You might have been blocked, whatever. Like, that doesn't have to resonate at all. But it feels like coming out of that energy is the softness, is the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. And like this beautiful, loving, equal, like Libra is Venusian. This is like a loving, balanced energy. So we literally have love and balance and like the finances as well, the financial abundance, all of it kind of coming your way. And so, yeah, look, it's a brand new beginning for you, the Fool. It's a brand new beginning, and it feels like there may be some discomfort in this. So at this time, don't neglect your self-care. Don't neglect your meditation practice. Whatever this practice is that you've learned to like really go within and slow down and like your inward practice, do not, as these things come in, as things change and shift in your life very drastically, look at that. Don't fall into the old coping habits, and the Ace of Cups beneath that as well. Don't fall into the old coping habits, okay? The old coping mechanisms, the unhealthy ones, whether that's like